Quick note, this is an AI-assisted recap made for learning, not the original video, and not an official translation. Kat Wu leads product for Claude Code at Anthropic, a small team that ships new features faster than almost anyone in the industry, often going from idea to release in a single day. On Lenny's podcast, she broke down exactly how they do it. This recap pulls out the concrete habits behind that speed, and what each one means for how you build, decide, and ship your own work every day. Start with the cadence. Claude Code's release cycle went from every few months, to every few weeks, to something new almost every day. AI-native teams run on a much faster clock than most companies do. What once felt like a big quarterly launch now becomes a routine, almost forgettable Tuesday afternoon. That speed isn't magic or luck. It comes from a handful of specific, repeatable habits, and the very first of them turns out to be the most important. The top principle at AI-native companies is blunt: just do things. When you see a problem, fix it and ship the fix, instead of waiting around for permission. Initiative beats process every time. At Anthropic, the person closest to the problem should usually just solve it themselves and ship the fix, rather than filing a ticket and parking it for some future meeting. It can sound reckless, but at Anthropic it works. And the next habit is exactly why it doesn't collapse into chaos. Just doing things only works because everyone on the team genuinely shares the same mission. That shared goal quietly removes enormous internal friction long before it ever appears. You skip the politics, the turf wars, and the endless sign-offs that quietly slow most large organizations down. People simply trust each other to move in one shared direction. When alignment is real, you don't need heavy process to keep everyone safe. The mission itself does that work quietly in the background. Here's a bold one. Quite deliberately, the team builds products that don't fully work yet, betting on where the models are heading, not on where they happen to be today. So when the next model finally closes the capability gap, the product is already built, tested, and quietly waiting for it. The moment that model lands, you are first out of the gate, not just barely starting. It takes nerve to ship ahead of the tech. But building for the next model, not the current one, is how this team stays in front. The product manager job is changing fast. With AI, you can often build the actual working thing faster than you could ever write the long document that describes it. So the new core skills are prototyping directly with the models, and judging quality by taste, by how something feels, not by a long spec. The best PMs now show, rather than tell. A rough but working prototype you can actually click through will quietly settle an argument that 100 pages of dense spec never possibly could. Kat's most underrated AI skill is simple: ask the model to introspect on its own mistakes, then find the flaws in what it just produced. When you simply tell the model to review and critique its own output, the quality jumps noticeably, with almost no extra effort required on your side at all. It's a tiny habit that most people skip. One more prompt asking it to check itself, and you get a meaningfully better answer. Claude's personality is not a gimmick or a cute add-on bolted on at the very end. It's core to why people trust the product and genuinely enjoy using it every single day. In AI products, character and how the tool makes you feel are part of the product itself, not decoration layered on afterward. Get the personality right and users lean in. Get it wrong and even a brilliant model can feel cold, awkward, and hard to trust. This part applies to you. You don't need to be Anthropic to use it. Start by shrinking your loop from idea to shipped. Take initiative instead of waiting, and prototype with AI instead of writing long specs. Then let real taste, not heavy process, decide what is actually good enough to ship. None of these habits require a huge budget or a research lab. They require a decision to work in a faster, more direct way. Put it all together: a fast clock, a shared mission, building ahead of the models, and a strong bias toward just doing things. That's how a small, aligned team can ship like a giant. Not more people or process, but tighter loops and genuine trust between everyone. So pick one loop and make it faster today, then go watch the full thing, linked in the description. See you next time.